Slope is rise over run, or the change in y over the change in x. So when we find slope on a graph, what we're going to do is look for places of intersection. So we see that the line intersects the graph's grid right there and also right there. So from there, we're going to draw a slope triangle. And from there, we're going to look left to right. That's how we graph from left to right. And we see that we end up going down 3. So our change in y is -3 to indicate we're going down. And our change in x is 1, 2, 3, 4. So our slope is going to be the change in y, which is -3 over 4. If your fraction's not simplified, you can go ahead and simplify that, but we are already good here. For example B, same thing, find where it intersects. It intersects there, it intersects there. Let's draw our slope triangle. Change in y, change in x. Our change in y, we're going up now from left to right. We're going up 3 units, and we're going right 1 unit. So our slope here is going to be 3 over 1, and we can just write that as 3. Finding slope from a table is also fairly straightforward. Again, we're going to use the fact that we know it's change in y over change in x. That's our slope. And if we look at our change in y, we can see that it is going down by 2 every time. And if we look at our x, it's going up by 4 every time. So our change in y is -2. Our change in x is +4. So it's -2 over 4, or we can simplify that as -1/2. If you take a look at example D, we can see that our x values are going up by 2, +2, and our y values are going up by 4. So change in y is 4, change in x is 2, and we're going to call that 2 over 1, or 2. When you're trying to find the slope between 2 points, the first thing you need to do is label which point is x1 and y1 and which one is x2 and y2. Now, it doesn't matter which one, you just can't mix and match. So for this case, I'm going to call this x1 and this y1, this x2, and this is y2. You could switch those around. No, again, you just can't intermix the two. So we're going to replace then, because our calculation for slope is the change in y over the change in x. So that's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And if you set it up this way, we can just kind of substitute our values in. So y2 is 3, that's right here. y1 is 2, so it's 3 minus 2, over x2, which is 6, minus 3 from our x1. 3 minus 2 is 1. 6 minus 3 is 3. So our slope is 1/3. So for example F, same thing. I'm going to just show you it doesn't matter which way you do it. So x1, y1 here. x2, y2 here. So again, it doesn't matter. And I'm just going to substitute them in. So y2 is -2. y1 is 6. So -2 minus 6. x2 is -3, and x1 is -2. So it's subtract -2. So we want to be careful there. It's always subtract, and then you're going to keep the sign. -2 minus 6 is -8. -3 minus a -2, that's like adding 2, would be -1. So our slope there is -8 over -1, or just +8.